Hi all my crafting friends, and welcome back to Sweet Bay Lane. Or if you're new, welcome. I'm Tracy, and I'm so glad you took the time to stop in and craft with us, because the 3 DIY craft projects in this video were so much fun to make and very quick. You know the kind. They take maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and they just help calm your mind and center you back to what's important in life after a crazy day. Well, that's what these crafts do for me, and I wanted to share them with you. So let's go ahead and get started. The supplies for the first DIY consist of one of those recipe signs from the Dollar Tree, along with one of their wood canvases from the Dollar Tree Plus section. We start by flipping our wood canvas over and painting or staining the outer edge and the frame our favorite color. I'm going to be using Americana Gel Stain in Walnut. And once we have that done, as you'll see, you don't need to paint the inside or the back side, just the frame part of the wood canvas. Then we bring back in our recipe sign, and for this I'm going to be cutting off the top and the bottom little wood pieces that are on the sign. And to do that, we're just going to take a utility knife and score it right at the edge of those wood pieces 4 or 5 times. Okay, now that we have our sign scored, we're then just going to gently break off the little wood pieces. Now, the break on this sign is very clean, but if you have any little leftover pieces, maybe you want to just smooth them down, you can just take a little piece of sandpaper and just smooth the edges. And look at that sign. It's so pretty. I love that matte finish. They really hit it out of the ballpark with those signs, I think. Now we're going to be bringing back in our wood canvas. And this step is very simple. We're just going to take some hot glue and we're going to glue the sign to the inside of our wood canvas frame. I just love how this sign came out. I'm going to be hanging mine, so I'm going to be adding this little sawtooth hanger. I made a set of 3 with the apple pie and the apple cider, and I think they look adorable hanging above my pantry. I also wanted to let you guys know that I made the recipe on this sign, and it turned out delicious. It's actually the Libby's world famous pumpkin pie recipe. So if you can't get your hands on one of these signs and you want to make a delicious pumpkin pie, that is the recipe. Now we're moving on to DIY number 2. And for that, you're going to need some wood ornament cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using these little pumpkins along with their self-adhesive fall stencils. We start our project by prepping our wood ornament cutouts. Since I'm using pumpkins, I'm going to be painting mine orange. I'm going to be using this pumpkin orange by Anita's, and it can be found at Hobby Lobby. I also wanted to give one of my pumpkins a more aged look, so I came in with some of my Americana Gel Stain and just aged the edges. Once we have our pumpkins painted, we then bring back in our self-adhesive stencils. Now these stencils are similar to what you would do on a Silhouette or a Cricut machine. If you're not familiar with that, it's just a thin film with a backing on it. You peel the backing and then you can stick the stencil down to your object. And I found the best way to work with these stencils is to gently, carefully cut out your design, then peel the backing and adhere it to your project. And once we have our designs down, we then come in with a pouncer or a makeup sponge and proceed to paint our design. Once we have our design stenciled in, we let it dry just a little bit and then we remove the stencil, revealing our beautiful design. The crisp, clean lines on these stencils were amazing. Once I had my stencil done, I came in and just distressed the one pumpkin slightly with some sandpaper. Now that we've finished our stencil designs, we then move on to embellishing our little ornaments. And for one, I'm actually turning it into an ornament because I want to hang it from a basket in my kitchen, but the other one I'm turning into a napkin holder. And for the napkin holder pumpkin, we want to hide the hole in the stem. And to do that, I just take a little bit of hot glue and some twine and wrap it around the top part of the stem. Hey my crafty friends, if you like what you see so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we would love to have you here at Sweet Bay Lane. Now that we have the twine wrapped around the stem of our pumpkin, we're then going to flip it over and hot glue one of these hair ties to the back side. We're going to do this by attaching the hair tie with a little piece of felt and some hot glue. And then you have these adorable little napkin rings. Now we're moving on to DIY number 3. And for this one, the supplies are very simple as well. You'll need one of those square wood signs with the bead hanger from the Dollar Tree, a piece of your favorite scrapbook paper, and one of your favorite photos. And we start this project by removing the back side of our wood frame. And that's quite easy. You just bend the framer's corners or the framer's points up and remove the backing. We then take our piece of scrapbook paper and we trace the outer edge of our square. Once that's done, we then take a pair of sharp scissors and cut our square of scrapbook paper. Okay, now that we have our scrapbook paper cut out, we're then going to attach it to our wood piece. And to do that, it's quite simple. You'll just take your Elmer's purple glue stick and apply it to the back side of your scrapbook paper, then adhere it to the front side of your wood piece. And once that's done, we'll then put our wood piece back inside our frame. Now, I think this looks quite beautiful with just the scrapbook paper, honestly, but I wanted to add a photo to mine. And to do that, I just printed out some of my favorite photos from fall, and I attached it to the center of my sign, also using some of the Elmer's purple glue stick. Now, once you have your picture in there, you can embellish it any way you choose. I chose to keep this one simple and just use a little fall bow with this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Now, I made this one off camera, but I wanted to show you how I embellished it. I took this ribbon from Dollar Tree and wrapped it completely around the frame of my project, adding a little bow for the finishing touch. And I think they both turned out adorable. Well, that wraps it up for these 3 simple DIY craft projects, and I hope it inspires you to make some of your own. Well, until next week, keep it crafty.